When I was growing up in Ijebu, Ogun State, we watched Hubert Ogunde's Aye and Jayesimi in community spaces. Films were communal experiences. We gathered and reacted together. But somewhere along the line, that culture disappeared. So imagine my fascination when I heard the radio promo for Femi Adebayo's Agesinkole 2, inviting people to neighborhood viewing spaces during the holidays. And I thought to myself how cyclical life is. As we've experienced in the past 5 years, it was a competitive season in Nollywood. It was a tug of war for dominance. Big titles were chasing limited cinema screens. Funke Akindele, Tony Abraham, Iniedo, and Nia Kimolayon were all in the mix. The politics of visibility, screen time, and box office numbers was fierce. Instead of fighting for screens and sharing revenue with cinema operators, Femi chose a blue ocean strategy by creating a new market space rather than competing in an existing one. So with Agesinkole 2, he adopted a traveling, community-based screening model. The same approach his father, Adebayo Salami, participated in decades back. So it wasn't really a gamble born of ignorance. Within 12 days, Agesinkole 2 reportedly grossed over 417 million naira. Ticketing pricing was between 3,000 and 4,000 naira, prioritizing affordability. Viewing centers pulled in local vendors, community and inclusion in pricing and choice of venues. A different feel from populist YouTube movies dominated by others. Femi has tested other distribution channels in Nollywood. Jagun Jagun streamed on Netflix. Agesinkole, the first, streamed on Amazon Prime. Interestingly, Bolanle Austin Peters also never does the cinemas for her movies. They were always viewed at her purpose-built viewing space. Historically, Funke Akindele's Behind the Scenes has recorded over 2 billion naira mark, the highest grossing Nollywood film, according to Premium Times. With just over 100 cinema screens for over 200 million people, Femi found a gap that feels more like necessity. Because in reality, Femi Adebayo is not inventing the future. Rather, he's walking a road first cleared by Hubert Ogunde and the deep Yoruba tradition of taking performance to the people. Welcome 2026. We're popcorn ready in our neighborhoods.
I like this advocacy. I was almost going to do it. Thank God I did not. But yeah, I think we can also tie it to Bright's advocacy in terms of community marketing, right? And I've read some piece on this on Facebook talking about how this also even gives him much more revenue in terms of profit sharing because it takes him away from the politics, if I can borrow that word, that happens in the film distribution in Nigeria. You know, so he doesn't have to fight for, he doesn't have to get involved there, and he gets to also meet his people, you know. But then there were other conversations around the fact that he was able to pull this off because he's not just a celebrity of social media. He's a cultural
He's a man of the people.
You know, so he has that grounded and connection with his fans, and then you can also link that to his family history as well, right? I don't know how it will pan out for certain people if they decide to do this route, but I love the fact that he did it. He opens a new market. It tells the film distributors that haven't really done anything to create more cinemas that they need to do more. Yes, if you want to control the industry like you're already doing, then put your money where your mouth is and let the cinemas spread in such a way that people can have access to this movie. So when you are putting a premium on your distribution, whatever, then it really makes sense, right? Not just really waiting for them to do all the work, bring it to you. Then you also marginalize some people in the cinema because you have your favorites.
Fantastic idea. I just have a few concerns. And Bright touched on it. Follow, beware.
Yeah, but it's going to happen. That's why I said we're popcorn ready in our neighborhoods, because more people will buy into it.
Can be smart chops ready, please?
Is not the kind of genre that should go around within the community. It may falter. It may fail.
It will fail.
It will fail. Yeah. If you're doing a Tyler Perry kind of stuff, I can see that flunking right away. And then
So you're tying this to culture and community.
oh sure,
Yeah.
that's why I said it piggybacks on what Bright said earlier on.
Yeah.
This guy was just another masterclass or a case study
Yeah, case study.
Case
on
study.
how you can leverage community dynamics to sell.
So, first of all, a big shout out to every producer and everybody that have the guts to put their money in something that might not even get your money back. The Nigerian movie industry is crazy. So anybody that goes out there and produce something, big kudos to them. Because unless the hard way, I lost like $700,000. I don't see a dime. So let's not even go into that. But one of the craziest thing about this for me is when you really understand that everything that exists because somebody decided to take a risk.
Yeah.
The reason why everybody decided to say, oh, we want to do this, there are people who first of all took those steps. Yeah. And originality begins with you understanding who you are and what you want to do and creating that thing as an experience for everybody else to see. That's what creativity is. I have never been in a space where, I mean, look at everything I do. I don't copy. I believe that my existence here is to bring new things to life. It's not, I mean, it's the hardest thing to do. It's the riskiest thing to do. You will lose money because adaptation is, I mean, when you think about the first plane that took off, people think, oh, when the Wright brothers did it and it went off, everybody adapted immediately. No. It took 4 years. 4 years for people to believe that, a plane is actually possible. So I so much appreciate not just the guts to be able to say, I want to put my money to make a movie, but also to say, I want to take a risk to try something new and see how it works. And look at how it worked. There's so much that people are longing for that they don't know about. My first ideology of business is people do not know what they want.
He did it the right way in terms of it disrupted the market. And when you look back at some of the disruptions we've seen, look at the music streaming industry, for instance. Who remembered Napster? Do you remember Napster?
I know Napster, yeah.
Napster was the start of streaming music and getting to pay for music like that. Yeah. Because before, we used to have music in cassettes, in disc, and that was how it is. Yeah. But this guy started Napster and started streaming music in bytes, and all that. And then, of course, Steve Jobs came up with his Apple Music, iTunes. And iTunes, and then basically just ballooned the market. If you're going to disrupt what is currently the mafia in the cinema, this is the part. You have to disrupt it. You have to find a way to make it easier for people to access, make it affordable, and make it easy for people to connect.